Hello, my tasty, tenacious Taurus. Welcome, welcome. It is Sachi the Scorpio, and I am here to deliver your guided healing tarot for the month of April. Please like, comment, and subscribe. The more energy that you send to me, the more energy that I can send to you. And thank you so much for all of your support on this channel. You are number 6 for this month, coming up from number 12 last month. I really appreciate all the likes. And as a reminder, the top 3 videos with the most likes get a twin flame bonus for the following month. Let's hop into it, Taurus. This is what came out in the cleansing ceremony. We had volcano volatility. So it looks like what's being cleansed and, what's happening here has to do with some anger energy, right? We are in Aries season, which is, Aries and Mars. They are the god of war, of action, of aggression. So it is a natural theme to be coming up, but it looks like, how you hold everything in like a dormant volcano and then how things explode, right? How things become volatile, or how you allow other people's volatility in your own life, right? So it does seem like some very explosive energy here that we are dealing with. We had rain purification, autumnal equinox release, and dragonfly come out. So this is telling me, of the volatility, how to, help the volatile energy is to bring in some rain to purify it, right? To bring some water into the equation. And it was telling me that, by purifying your waters and, making it so that there aren't eruptions and disasters all the time, this is part of having you release a situation with the autumnal equinox, like releasing it so that you can emerge from this situation anew with dragonfly spirit. Okay, we had the Fool coming out in reverse, which is telling me, first of all, to not get played the fool. It feels like you're done giving multiple opportunities, because the Fool in general, right, means take a leap of faith, go on that journey, do that thing. But because it's coming out in reverse, it's telling me like, no, this is not a time for a new journey. And you're not letting yourself get played the fool anymore. Likely whatever situation makes you very volatile and explode at times, right? It's time to release this and emerge from it victorious. So you don't want to be going on the path into it once again, right? We had the 5 of Pentacles come out with the 5 of Wands in reverse. So we have some 5-5 energy, which is, tension, friction, right? Fives indicate change. And the reason why things are changed is because there's some sort of disruption, right? Change is necessary in order for when we're out of alignment to get into alignment, okay? And with the 5 of Pentacles, with the 5 of Wands in reverse, it was telling me like, you don't necessarily need to know exactly which way to go. And it does look like you are facing a decision where you have to choose, do I go this way or do I go that way? Okay, but Spirit was telling me you don't necessarily have to make that choice right now with the Fool. You don't have to go on a journey and make that decision at the moment. But you can decide to not let chaos in your life. Okay, this is a decision that you have to make in the external world, in the 3D world, in the physical world. But the 5 of Wands in general is a chaotic energy. This is the blame game. You did that. No, I did this. No, it's your fault. It's this, right? This is arguing, finger wagging, finger pointing, my fault, your fault, this, right? Like everything has to be done on a deadline, blah, 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 blah. It's very much like the rat race and just general, 5 of Wands is general chaos. And because it's in reverse, Spirit's really saying like, you don't have to exactly know what to do, but that's why you don't want to go in any direction until you get rid of the chaos. Like you don't have to necessarily make a choice to make the choice of like, all right, I'm not letting chaos in my life anymore, right? It's time to release that, because this 5 of Wands energy is volatile, right? That's when you do have explosions. When the explosions come, it's 5 of Wands energy, right? Things exploded. Oh, whose fault is it now? So, yeah. And then for the clarifying deck, we had 3 fighting types. So again, it does feel like there's a lot of fighting energy. I mean, it is Aries season, so 'tis the season. But we had Crabballer using Light Punch in reverse. Sandshrew using Ram, and Machop using Knockback. So this was telling me with Crabballer using Light Punch in reverse, like, this is not just a light punch. This is a heavy punch. Like, this is a big deal. You know, this is a big oomph. when it comes to this fighting energy. This is also the sacral chakra, so it has to do with how you emotionally connect to others or sensually connect to others. So it does have to do with like bonds that you have with other people. And, you know, Craballer is like crab spirit, so there could be some Cancerian energy. So someone who's a Cancer, there's also like a mother figure involved here, or really anyone of like your emotional roots. So any sort of caregiver, family member, or someone from like early childhood is really indicated here. And with Sandshrew using Ram, like Ram I take as Aries energy. So again, there's a lot of Aryan energy in this fighting energy, which, you know, Aries energy is, you know, me first. It's, you know, very, very fiery aggression and anger and stuff. That is Aries energy. So, and then Machop using knockback, it did feel like this fighting energy has knocked you back a little bit. And I think that's why Spirit's saying like now is not necessarily the time to take some sort of leap of faith to go on a journey, because right now you're in a decision-making stage, and before you decide which direction to go, you need to get this chaos, you know, and like blame game energy out of here. But I did feel like you've knocked someone back away from you as well, who you've been fighting with. So, I mean, that's always a good thing, right? Of course, the Taurus would. Like, I can just see they got the horns. You know what I mean? Like, whew. All right, Taurus. So, Happy New Year. Okay. Yeah, it's Aries season. And, you know, the spring equinox that was on the 21st signaled the astrological new year. I'm sure you feel all of the fresh energy. We have a lot of Aries energy right now. The sun is in Aries, Mercury, the planet, which is the planet of communication, and Venus, your ruling planet, Taurus, are all in Aries. It is a very hot time, to say the least, right? We have Mars and Gemini, and we will be having the new moon in Aries coming up. So a lot of firepower, and it looks like this fire is really causing some explosive energy in you. But what we are going to do, since it is the new year, we are going to see what new beginning is on its way to you. And then we are going to see what is the blockage that is hindering your access to this new beginning. And then in the extended, we will take a look into how we can overcome that blockage. And then we will look into some advice on how to manifest your highest vibrational timeline. So let's take a look. What new beginning is coming to Taurus? Something's telling me it's not in this deck. Wind activation in reverse. Which deck is it from? I don't know. For some reason, I feel like it's coming from the Romance Tarot, to be honest. Let's see. We're just going to do it here. So it might be a romance thing. Taurus, I don't know why. Soulmate and calling in your soulmate. Yeah, you have someone coming towards you. It feels like they haven't been activated yet. You haven't fully called them in. But you have your soulmate that is coming to you. They are very close. Calling in your soulmate, your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So again, like I said, this has not been activated yet. It's like you haven't triggered what you need in yourself for them to be energetically triggered to come towards you. Okay. I also take this like, I mean, and energetic shifts, right, are biological shifts. Right? They're one and the same. When we change our energy, the way our genes are expressed change as well. And when I get wind activation in reverse, it is telling me that some sort of, you know, genes have not been activated. Okay, so yes, this is your soulmate. Calling in your soulmate. So yeah, someone's coming towards you. It looks like new love, you know, like soulmate. It could be twin flame. This deck doesn't have a twin flame card, and whenever my soulmate card comes out, I take it as twin flame. So it could be your twin. If not, this is a very, very strong soul connection. All right, let's see. Tell us more about this. Okay, we have Knave of Pentacles in reverse. I'm hearing it's not from work. And it's not just someone that you are communicating with online or anything. The Hermit coming out in reverse is telling me that you've done enough shadow work to have this, right? But there is still some sort of knowledge that hasn't clicked yet in order to have this activated. The Hermit in reverse with the Knave of Pentacles in reverse. This relationship is not going to feel like work. It's not going to feel like, you know, you have to figure out what they're thinking or anything like that. It feels very earthy. And with the Knave of Pentacles, this is not an online relationship. Like, Spirit's really saying, like, you're not going to be by yourself anymore with the Hermit in reverse. This is really, tell us more about this. Whoo! The stars and the 10 of Wands. Taurus, this is awesome. Yeah, the stars are really aligning for you and this person. Again, there hasn't been this activation, but you're no longer going to be alone. This is not going to be some sort of pen pal. This is not going to be, this is something solid in the physical world. Like, it's really, really good, Taurus. Awesome. Yeah, the stars, like, the stars are aligning. This person might be someone that you want to have children with or have a pet with. This is something really serious. Awesome, you guys. And with the 10 of Wands, this indicates that you could be living with this person. Like, 10 of Wands is two people completing a cycle together, right? And here we have 22. Like, you'll probably start seeing like 222s and things of that nature. But the 10 of Wands, this is when, you know, your creative force and things are together with someone. Like, you've really manifested a good life for yourself that you're sharing with other people. So the 10 of Wands is like, you know, she has a good job. She got, you know, she has some fresh food and good food in her bag, and she has, you know, a nice phone, and she's coming home to her sweetheart. Okay. And they're going to cook together and they're going to make love. It's such good energy, honestly. I mean, I don't necessarily, even though Wands is pretty hot, I don't necessarily see sexual energy here right now, even though the 10 of Wands can indicate that. But it's more just like a harmonious situation of coinciding and living together. So it might be like a soulmate that you have for a relationship, or I'm sorry, like a friendship for like living together or something like that. But again, for some of you, this is like a romantic soulmate, but for some of you, this is like the soulmate that you need right now to align. Like, the stars are aligning for you. Like, this is someone who's going to be in your like physical life. Awesome, Taurus. Let's see, what's the light energy? Execute using Ram. Awesome. So, yeah, like with the execute using Ram, this could be an Aries. Okay. It really could be an Aries, but, in your heart chakra, it's going to feel like Aries energy, right? So, you know, they may be, you know, taking action. They may be maybe a little bit on the aggressive side, or like, I just feel so much Aries energy here. With these eggs, I'm feeling more like peas in a pod here. It's like, it might be more than one person, but I am getting it's like one person in particular for most of you. But with execute, I feel like it's just going to be executed like swiftly. It's exactly like this Aries. Like, yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to take charge. Like, it just happens, honestly. Like, there are some things that you have to do, right? Because Aries energy is about doing the thing, like being activated to do the thing. And we do see that you haven't been activated yet. So we will look into that later. But yeah, it feels a lot of Aries energy. So this, again, you have to like use your own Aries energy that's within you. So check where Aries is in your chart so that you know how to like utilize this energy properly. But yeah, it's like you're two peas in a pod with this person. I'm feeling like you guys like to cook a lot together, which I know like Taurus, it is very much into food and cooking. And again, I feel like they really like fresh fruits and vegetables, which, you know, is like very good for the way that your genes are being expressed too. Let's see. It says, its 6 eggs use telepathy to communicate among themselves. It is believed to carry plant genes and genes of other species. Yeah, again, so we have this genetic aspect. It feels like they might be into genetics, or they might be into really like lean and healthy cooking, which I think is going to be really, really good for you. And, you know, Part of this also is to start activating like more of your light body by eating more fresh fruits and vegetables so that your genes can be activated to properly call in this soulmate, right? Because once you're already like in that groove of being like healthy, conscious about what you're eating, what genetic information you're bringing into your body, that other person can come towards you, right? But yeah, anyway, it also talks about using telepathy. So I feel like you're going to have an immediate, like, third eye connection with this person. Let's see, what's the shadow? Yep, there's a third eye. We have Corsola, Curse Drop in reverse. So, yeah, this is getting rid of some, like, ancestral curse or something. You may have had something in your third eye where you were calling in something that was not good for you. You know, things that can clog your third eye is what you eat. Right? If you eat a lot of heavy stuff, you know, that's dense, lower energy. If it's more food that's like red and orange, right, it's going to be lower. When you start eating higher vibrational foods, you know, you get into your purples, your pinks and things like that. Your greens, right? Your greens, your blues, your purples, those are all, right, naturally occurring things I'm talking about, you know, like berries and things like that. Not things with artificial color, you know what I mean? Anyway, so yeah, this is getting rid of a curse that has been in your third eye and of how your mindset has been. Galarian Corsola is a type of coral, and unfortunately it's a ghost type because it died due to coral bleaching. So it does look like there was something that kind of drained your life in the third eye that has like changed something, maybe in you genetically, it has changed something, and this is going to help get rid of that curse on you. Okay. It says when you step, and I don't mean to say curse like bad, right? We all inherit ancestral curses. It's just like, all right, codependency is an ancestral curse. Actual health problems are ancestral curses as well. So, yeah, anyway. All right. So watch your step when wandering areas, oceans, watch your step when wandering areas, oceans once covered. Okay. What looks like a stone could be this Pokemon, and it will curse you if you kick it. So, yeah, there is, you know, it's like, I'm hearing for some of you, this has to do with getting stoned. So if you're getting too stoned, be careful of how that is influencing your third eye. But, you know, it talks about being careful about wandering the ocean, and if you kick it, you can become cursed. And it feels like, you know, you were in some, it's like, right, the Piscean ocean waters and things like that. It feels like when you were in the deep, deep depths of this water, you hit something that put a curse on you, right? When you were in your like emotional lows. Okay. And a curse, it's not like, oh my God, get an exorcist, right? We all put curses on ourselves. When we tell ourselves we're not good enough, that's a curse we put on ourselves, right? Because of course, what is our brain going to do? What is our spirit going to do? It's going to show us that we're right, because we're always right, right? We're always manifesting what we believe is true. So, you know, it's not like, oh my God, curse. Like, we put curses on ourselves every day. We're not believing in ourselves. But whatever happened that you ran into that was a blockage, it looked like a rock, right? So it could have been, you know, whatever kind of blockage it was. I'm hearing that you could have hit rock bottom. Whatever you hit, it was a curse on your third eye, and now is the time to get out of it. And part of it is that you're finding an awesome person that's your soulmate that's helping you get out of it. Like, this is really awesome. They could be a chef. All right, let's see. Let's see what the blockage is. Wolf instinct in reverse. So I'm hearing that you don't necessarily have control over certain instincts. Let me get some clarification. I also take that, like, there are, okay, yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. So wolf spirit I usually take as like family stuff again, because, you know, like wolf spirit I always take as, you know, how are you instinctually programmed to respond to someone who wants to fight you, right? When do you choose to go hunting, or choose to whimper, or choose to act aggressive, or look to the pack leader, right? All these things that you learn from a pack mentality, which can be your caregivers, your family, as well as like your group of friends that you grew up with at a very young age into like early adolescence, right? So because it's in reverse, it's telling me that a lot of these instincts, you know, just like natural responses to things that you have are just not good for you. You know, it's just like it feels like this, like whatever has happened in your past, that's what had you hit rock bottom mentally. And you put like a curse on yourself in your third eye, just by the way that you think about yourself, especially in terms of like, you know, what you deserve in your relationships perhaps. And, you know, like the reason why you had to be alone in the first place with the Hermit in reverse. But I'm hearing like you're not alone, and you're not going to be alone. But yeah, there are some like, you know, bad instincts that were passed to you. And with childhood innocence, like this was innocent. This was not your fault. You know, this is just how you're programmed as a child, right? We're all blank slates, tabula rasa, like, yeah. And, you know, that's just how things happen. Right? We get programmed with instincts that aren't good for us, and some things that can change our genetic sequences, right? Whether by activating a pathway, or it looks like this has turned off certain pathways, likely things that, you know, make you happy, or, you know, whatever caused you to go into hermit mode in the first place. But yeah, this was completely innocent. This is, again, it's not a blame game. And I feel like that's something you really need to hear with that Five of Wands in reverse, because that's all about the blame game. Like, you are innocent in this. You know, this is your inner child's innocence that is involved here. Because we have the spring equinox rebirth coming out stuck, it feels like around the spring equinox, you've already kind of picked up on this rebirthing energy. And that would have been, you know, 21st of March. So, you know, the new year. But it looks like you're stuck in the rebirthing process rather than having emerged from it, right? So it does look like you're amidst changing things. But the blockage is that, like, yeah, you know, how you are instinctually doing things, okay? You know, rebirth is a scorpionic energy, and it's going right to, you know, the soulmate with your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So it looks like the way that you are praying, the way that you are affirming, and what you are visualizing is still going through the rebirthing, and you still have some bad instincts of your inner child that is like cursing you. Okay? So, you know, part of this blockage is the fact that when you start calling in these things that you want, right? The blockage is that you're actually not calling in what you truly want, especially this soulmate. Instead, you might be, you know, going back to instincts from your childhood of putting yourself down or whatever it may be. Let's see. What's this blockage? Tell us more about this. 8 of Chalices. Yeah, this is a cycle that has been going over and over and over again. With the sun coming out stuck. So this is some Leo energy. And again, this is all about family. So this is what you learned about your family or people in your neighborhood, things like that, you know, like how you were shown that you were supposed to shine, right? There's some sort of mental loop with the 8 of Chalices here. I'm sorry, an emotional loop, but I was getting mental energy for sure. But the thing is, the way that you are thinking is creating the same pattern over and over again when it comes to your waters, right? And your water energy is your emotional energy. So whatever you've been thinking and repeating, your emotions have been going in this cycle. And the emotional cycle is what you were taught about your self-worth, about, you know, how your inner child is supposed to shine, what your light is. And you know, repeating those emotional cycles based on, you know, bad programming from your childhood is continuing this curse that you need to get rid of, which it does look like the new beginning, curse drop in reverse. It gets rid of this curse that you had when you hit rock bottom. Okay. And with the 8 of Chalices, there is also this propensity, and I was feeling this over here with the Hermit in reverse and the Knave of Pentacles, but I didn't want to say anything because I couldn't figure out exactly what it meant. But this is not something that you are going to read in a book of how to activate this. This is not something that you are going to be able to find online in order to have this answer, and especially have this epigenetic shift that is literally shifting your genes through what you are eating. Okay. And, you know, again, it's like what you've been trying to do is try to find a solution in a book. Let me read about something. Let me do this, instead of feeling your way to your own answer and finding the light. You know, the blockage is that you think someone else has this answer when it is inside of you within your own light. And this rebirth is not going to be when your soulmate comes. You rebirth and your energy shifts and your soulmate matches that energy. What's the light energy? Because I feel like part of the blockage is that you think, oh, someone else is going to come here and help me or heal me or whatever. No, it's the opposite. You rebirth yourself and then they're there. We have Seal using icy snow. So with Seal, I feel like this is like sealed off energy. With icy snow, again, it's emotional blockages, right? Because ice is solidified water. So this is telling me there is some icy energy, you know, in your emotional body. It's just like clogged. Okay. It says, and I'm really feeling like, you know, the place in like Greenland or Iceland or wherever it is that they have like the Noah's Ark, I want to say, right, where they keep all the biological information in case of like global collapse or whatever. Like, they, like, that's what I'm getting here for some reason. It's really weird. It's like, okay, you might have like, okay, that's the blockage. You've iced out certain biological pathways, and there's a lot to thaw out in order to access the genes that need to be activated here. And again, it really does look like what you eat and how that influences your mood, right? Because, I mean, your gut, your stomach, you know, creates over 90% of your serotonin. So your gut health and what you are eating directly is impacting your mood. And it's possible that you learned as a child, some of these instincts may have been to, what are you eating? Look at them, eating and drinking, right? Do you know, eat when you're upset? Is it healthy? Is it alcohol? Is it processed food? Is it things that are bad, right? Those are all things that can create emotional, you know, it feels like the emotional blockages are tied to these consumption blockages, okay? It says, covered in light blue fur, it hides its hide is thick and tough. It is active in the bitter cold of negative 40 degrees Fahrenheit. So yeah, covered with this like thick blue fur, and you know, its hide is thick and tough. And I feel like this is you of being like, again, it's like that volcano. It's like, oh, I'm so tough on the outside, like nothing can ever hurt me. And you held so much because you're so tough on the outside, like a bull, that it caused like eruptions on the inside. You know what I mean? Or like eruptions in whatever way, because it's like, oh, I have thick skin, I can handle it. But that's part of the blockage too. Like, no, just because you can handle a burden, an emotional burden, doesn't mean you have to. You know, like, no one's saying that you're not tough. Okay. And with dealing with the cold of negative 40 degrees Fahrenheit, part of this childhood programming and things could be dealing with people who are emotionally cold. You know, people who can't express their emotions. Let's see what the shadow is. Trainer choice band. Yeah, the thing is, I was feeling that other person's energy. It's like, yeah, they may not know how to properly express their emotions. Like, they may have their own stuff sealed off. But what you need to understand is that this other person had a choice, right? And they made their choice. Trainers always indicate the other person. So, you know, other people make their choices, okay? But you're in control of your choices. There, you know, whatever happened here, your innocence is involved. Your inner child, or you as a child, like, was innocent in the way that you were programmed here. And other people made their choices of what happened, but you can't keep replaying this over in your head and having this same emotional cycle because it's really not doing you well. All right, let's see what Angel wants to bring us into the extended. Like I said, we'll see how to overcome this blockage, how to like thaw that ice out. And then we will take a look into how to manifest your highest vibrational timeline. So let's see here. Ooh, coming out stuck, we have Counselor, Archangel Azrael. You are a natural counselor, and many people benefit from your guidance and reassurance. So it looks like, you know, you are meant to help people, and people benefit from your guidance and your reassurance. So there is some, you know, energy that you need to get right so that you can also help others in this situation. I am getting that this other person could also be a counselor, like they are helping you in some sort of way. It could be, again, it feels like someone who's either going to be a roommate or a lover. No matter what, this is a very strong soul connection, and it does feel like you will be living with them, period. Because this is someone that you are going to see in the physical world. Or you might go to their house for some sort of professional services or things like that. Let's see. Prosperity in reverse. Yeah, it feels like you're blocking your own prosperity. And we have a cornucopia here, which is, you know, cornucopias are usually filled with, right here it's filled with stardust, but it's usually, you know, focused on, it has like food and stuff in it, right? It has a bunch of food. So it feels like, again, there's this aspect of like not having the food. You might be eating a lot of sugar instead, which is not what you want to be consuming. It says your material needs are provided for as you follow your intuition and manifest your dreams into reality. So remember Archangel Ariel wanting to help you and make sure that your material needs are provided for. The only thing is you have to follow your intuition. But in order to follow your intuition, you need to get rid of this, you know, curse that's in your third eye that is constantly bringing you down and telling you how you're supposed to shine. So prosperity does lie ahead for sure. I'm going to do one more for you, Taurus. Let's pick a moon card. What do you need to release? Yeah, exactly. What do you need to release? It looks like what you need to release is this mental curse. Oh, prosperity lies ahead. New moon in Taurus. Yeah. So all you need to do, and again, we saw that with the autumnal equinox, right? Which is release. You need to release this so that you can move forward and emerge from this, because prosperity lies ahead with the new moon in Taurus. We have the new moon in Aries coming up, I believe on the 11th. And then the next new moon is yours, Taurus, with prosperity lying ahead. So know that there is very good, positive, stable changes that are coming up. Let's bring some light into this situation. I'm going to do one more for you, Taurus. We have deep replenishment in reverse. Yeah, it feels like that's what's missing, is you haven't body the way that it needs to. Okay, it says retreat, rest, and be held, and it's in reverse. So it feels like that's what you need to do, is just rest, be held, be healed. Whew. I'm going to do one more for you. Take us into the extended. Pleiades, double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. So I'm not sure if you know if you're a Pleiadian or not, but it does look like the Pleiadians are trying to get into as part of this read that can help you. So you have a double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity, and your soulmate might be a Pleiadian. So I'm not sure how much you know about the starseed factions and all that, but you know, I know plenty of starseeds myself. They're wonderful people, and they will definitely activate you into your double mission, right? Which is helping humanity in the larger scale of things, not just helping with your own rebirth, but helping with humanity's rebirth. And it does look like the soulmate that's coming in is going to be part of that path. All right. So like I said, Taurus, if you'd like to follow me into the extended, the link is in the description box below. If we part ways here, good luck with the situation. I am sending you so much love, a big hug, and a kiss on your third eye. Mwah.